Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where one of our wars of vengeance is ongoing. This one over here. We are winning the war pretty handily, but it'll take some time before that's completely done. However, we do have a little bit of macro to do here, so let's just go ahead and grab ourselves a research lab here. Fantastic. And it looks like we're already good to go on districts over here, so that's perfectly fine. Now then, this fleet is up here, and I think it's good-ish to go. And we're currently putting all of our alloys into this fleet. That said, this Titan that is being built out of this shipyard in 558 days, it is destined for the fleet at Fianita. So that's going to be a thing. Let's just go ahead and bump up to fast speed and continue bombarding their capital, because I'm sure they'll enjoy that.
Construction complete.
Yeah, they're definitely enjoying that. So the autocracy is claiming some of our systems. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Now this construction ship here is basically done, but we may need it over this direction a little bit. We'll see. May or may not be a thing. But for right now, hang on. Did somebody just guarantee them? I don't think so. Anyway, we only need 40 reasons to achieve war goals here, so that's perfect. Alternately, we could potentially status quo, which I think is exactly what we want. I mean, our war goal is just we seize all eligible claims, but we have all of our claims occupied already, so status quo is actually exactly the same thing.
Accretion complete.
So that'll be perfect. And this mining world here could use itself a hive district. And we'll also upgrade this to a synaptic cluster. Why not? Excellent. I mean, technically, we could look at potentially making some additional claims over here and, like, grab this territory. How much would that cost us? Quite a lot. We're lacking 14 for this one. It's 120 influence just for this claim, even though we already have this claim. Quite a lot of influence. Quite a lot of influence indeed. I think we're going to save our influence for when we fight against the Synthoid Link, because we're going to need a lot of influence for a lot of claims against a lot of systems. So I think that's the plan there. Not to mention we could always put production targets back on, which would be awfully nice. That would be a very good thing indeed. That said, getting another world like the one here on Zur would be amazing. What is the, Okay, this world is kind of hot garbage, but at least for what we need. It'd be a decent generator world, but I was looking for a mining world, and it's not that. So that's a thing. Regardless, the next thing we could do after we bring our fleet back is we could go take out the Grand Dragon before we fight the Synthoid Link. That's going to be a ways out of our way.
Construction complete.
How much influence is it to build a gateway?
Accretion complete.
It's 100 influence, so the 2,500 alloys are going to be the tougher part there. Let's bring our construction ship back over this way. We're at 1.7k alloys right now. Maybe we should start building a gateway network. Because I feel like that would be a very, very handy thing to have, so that we can actually get around to some of these locations. Like, for example, if we had one at Nikor, one at Grunthurst, and one at Shap, and then, like, maybe one at each of our outlying areas, that would be really, really handy. So let's think about building planet build speed next, mostly as a reroll. I mean, it's nice to have, but that's mostly what it's for. This generator world here could definitely use something along the lines of a bioreactor. So there we go. I mean, we are making a ton of energy credits, and we could just buy minerals. We could just import minerals. It's not the end of the world. But we've actually just about got the resources to start constructing a gateway, and we're going to do that in Grunthurst. Now, it's going to take a long time to build, 1080 days. So we may need to get, like, a second construction ship working on it, and in fact, I'm going to go ahead and queue one up. Let's keep this guy right where he's at in Nikor. This will be fine. I mean, we do need to upgrade this starbase. Realistically, I'm just thinking here about how I want to handle one down here. Because on a temporary basis, a gateway down on this side is going to be awkward. Because if these guys wake up again, then we've got a problem, because they'll have immediate access from Nikor to Grunthurst and Shap, right? So that's a big issue. That said, if we bulk this station up and we go to war with Synthoid, that's going to ultimately be wasted alloys, but maybe that's not too big of a deal. It's going to take 1080 days to upgrade this to a Star Fortress anyway, and only 838 alloys. So here's what I'm thinking. We upgrade that, and then we hop into the market, and we just buy a bunch of alloys. Like, we just buy enough alloys to build this gateway. And then I kind of want to put it on the opposite side of the wormhole. Like, that'll slow us down if we're trying to go to the wormhole, but at the same time, that'll force them to go through our station if they're coming from the wormhole. So that's kind of the idea there. Although, now that I think about it, maybe it shouldn't go there. Maybe it should go, like, here. Because if the Synthoid Link comes in over here, I want them to have to go like that. And then from the wormhole, they'd have to go like that, which would probably get them in range of the station. That's the idea. I think that's the right place to put it.
Research complete.
Okay, planet build speed is complete. Gauss cannons, finally. Okay, let's grab those. Fantastic. And of course, we are almost done building our Titan. So we're going to start that moving up over here. And this guy is now done constructing over here, so that's perfect. Can we get out of this war yet? Nope, 10 reasons not to. That's fine. And I want to place this one basically over here. Now, we don't have the alloys or the influence for it quite yet, but we almost do. And let's go ahead and... You are not supposed to be part of this fleet. There we go. We want to take you up to join this fleet. Hang on. These two fleets are the ones we want to merge. They are going which direction? Looks like the Titan is going to that fleet, so that's perfect. Okay. There we go. Got that under control. Now we need a little more influence. Too bad we can't buy influence. That would be nice. But regardless, it's going to be a while before we get these gateways online. And we're going to need to have... Well, for now, I think just the 3 will be fine. Nikor, Grunthurst, Shap. But eventually we're going to want to put them up near these bastions, so that we can get to the front lines very, very quickly indeed. And it'll be just a few more months until we have the influence to build another one here. And then we'll send a construction ship up to Shap to build the 3rd. And then from there on out, we'll just, like, slowly spread as we have spare influence. That said, we don't really have a good CB on these guys. Why cannot we... We can't select that because we don't have a subjugation CB. Okay. Hang on. Hypothetically, if we... Can we demand their vassalization? They would need to be at peace. But we can. Now, if we were to declare with them, the Arisu Corporation and the Vivesandia Corporation would come in. So we're going to need to be prepared for both of those. It's going to be a pretty long preparatory process, actually. Now that I think about it. 8 reasons to not settle this particular war that we're in just yet. So that's fine. And we actually can start construction on this gateway. So that's perfect. I'm going to place it right there as we go back towards Wasker, because that's the most secure location that we've got in that system. And then I'm just going to go ahead and queue up a movement for this guy to come up to Shap after he's done with that construction. It's going to take him a very long time indeed. But that's okay. We need time to build up our fleet, to build up our alloys, to build up our influence, to build up our defenses, to build up our everything. However, our macro has slipped a little bit, so let's go ahead and get an alloy foundry in here. This is a generator world. We should put up an energy grid for sure. This is a mining world here, and we need a building. It looks like we do not yet have a mineral purification plant, so let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. Now, of course, here we have unemployed pops. I think we upgrade this to a synaptic cluster. There we go. And we have an ascension perk available, apparently. When did that happen? We could build Colossi. I kind of feel like we don't, though. Eternal Vigilance to make our starbases better? Actually, that's pretty important for our... actual battle plans that our starbases hold. So I think that's actually a very good thing for us to grab. Excellent. Now we do need some society research. And I'm just going to grab this as a quasi-reroll. Fantastic. Now let's keep reinforcing this particular fleet here. There we go. In fact, maybe we should just save up for a Titan. No, we can't get a third Titan. That's right. So actually, this is completely fine. We just do this. Now, we are basically done with our corvettes in this fleet, but a purely corvette fleet is not a very strong fleet anymore. Note the anymore. When this game first came out, corvettes were horrendously overpowered. Not so much the case now. Corvettes are now good support craft. They are not good at... Let's go with other things. Anything else. Essentially, what I use them for in my fleet compositions and why I bring so many of them is because they are good targets. Their evasion rating is extremely high, and so, like, look at this. We've got a 90% chance to evade with our corvettes. So essentially, they are there to make the enemy miss when they shoot at them, instead of missing, or instead of hitting a battleship, which can tank the hits, but only so many. That's the idea with my naval doctrine, anyway, in this game. Okay, so once this joins up over here, that is about 8k, so this is going to be about 24k, which is basically the perfect strength. Good to know, good to know. And it also bears noting that when we declare war on these guys, the Arisu Corporation is their vassal. And the Arisu Corporation is these guys right here. Now, there's not actually anything they can do. They don't have any borders with us. Wait. These guys are the Arisu Corporation. And they have an enclave over here. Okay. That makes more sense. So yeah, they're up here. They don't have borders with us, but the Rexalar Union they have borders with. Okay. And then we would be against these guys over here. And we only have the two ways in, Haldus and Akramalo, actually. So we're going to need to definitely have those citadels ready to go here and here, as well as here. And then Fianita I would like to have upgraded, and Nikor is going to need to be upgraded for sure. So let's go ahead and start Fianita upgrading to Star Fortress, like so. And then we'll just go ahead and throw the remaining alloys that we have. We can't afford to reinforce that fleet with 1.1k. Well, I guess all the corvettes are built, so to some degree that makes sense. Anyway, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we're going to get this status quo piece, bring back our fleet, and we're probably going to go after the Grand Dragon next, is what I think is going to happen, unless something surprising happens. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.